Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown is on for World Jam Global Radio's first year anniversary party.
World Jam Global Party.
This thrilling affair takes place on Saturday, the 14th of March 2015 at venue 9214 Hicksman's Avenue, Hyde Park, London, E4 9JG. You'll be fully entertained by World Jam Global DJs doing what they do best, with live PAs by C-Block.
We are gonna sing for the people then. Here me I stand on C-Block representing, and I'm saying on the 14th of March 2015. Put this in the diary from now. We are talking about World Jam Global Radio Anniversary Dance. C-Block will be in the building live.
And Robert Emmanuel singing Robert Emmanuel.
I'm Robert Emmanuel representing World Jam Global International Station to the world.
Also live on stage, Anthony Richards. Doors open at 9 p.m. and show times at 11 p.m. sharp. It's a mere £10 via the World Jam Global website or any DJ on the Wear Something Green Anniversary Party. Free giveaways for the best dressed person in green on the night. Join us and make this a very memorable anniversary party.
It's gonna be a party, y'all.
Hi, this is Kimmy, all the way from Sydney, Australia. You are listening to Dr. Feelgood on World Jam Global Radio from Coventry, England, United Kingdom.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Canada, and I'm glad to be in Dr. Feelgood's stable of legends on World Jam Global Radio.
My name is Michael J. Calhoun from the Daz Band, and you can hear all of my new tracks on Dr. Feelgood's Wake Up Everybody Sunday Gospel Show, exclusively on World Jam Global Radio.
Well, hello, my friends and my family. My name is Nathan Best, and I am a former member of the group The OJs, and I am so glad to be in Dr. Feelgood's stable of legends on World Jam Global Radio.
Yo! You're in tune to World Jam Global Radio.
Hey, what's up now?
Brother, what's up?
This is a groovy party, man.
Yeah,
I
brother,
can dig it.
solid. Right on.
Hey, man, what's your name?
Okay. Good evening, Lucian Rose. It's a big good me. Let's just stop and start again, shall we? It's a big good evening from me, Dr. Feelgood. It's Saturday night. It's 8 minutes past 6. This is World Jam Global Radio. This is Dr. Feelgood, and the thing is it.
You know we've got to find
Kind of toyed and played around with my show and what I was going to do with it this week. And then I just kind of made my mind up about an hour ago. I just think that family is so important, we shouldn't lose the flavor. And I got so many good memories that carry me through so many years, through so many cities. Tonight I want to share some of them with you.
You know we've got to find a way.
So there's going to be some good, some bad, and some just outright brilliant. You can call me on 07796 365 615 if you want to take a live part in tonight's show.
So you can see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Right now.
Hey, man, what's your name?
Right on.
Everything.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I just think family is just so important. And on Thursdays, I was down in Paddington celebrating the life, the passing of my dear cousin Sandra, Dorothy Gustav. I was reminded of the love. The love. Sometimes we take some things for granted, you know what I'm saying? And for me, music has established itself in my life and pinpointed some particular events and times of places in my life that I suppose I'd never want to forget. And if you're feeling the same way too, don't just let it be all about me, you know. 07796365615. You can share your stories too. After all, the thing is it's your show.
World Jam Global Radio. This is clarity.
Okay, it's 10 past 6. It's World Jam Global Radio. The thing is my name is Dr. Feelgood. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to kind of half and half celebrate the passing, then celebrate the life of my cousin, Sandra Dorothy Gustav. And more importantly, I want to think about those people that we still have in our lives, you know, that we should be celebrating, that we shouldn't be forgetting about. And I suppose one of the reasons I got to this place was I kind of, while I was down there, I've been to 3 funerals in about the last year and a bit. And in those 3 funerals, and obviously all of them down there in West London, where I grew up, I've bumped into, seen, rekindled friendships and relationships with people that I hadn't seen for 30 and some even 40 odd years. And I just wondered, why is it always funerals that we get to bump into each other again? I mean, some of these said peoples have had birthdays, weddings, children, and all other reasons to celebrate, and for some reason we just don't either invite each other or see each other. But yet, there's this big performance when you bump into somebody at a funeral that you haven't seen for many years, and there's a big hug and all of that. But I just think we need to start celebrating those that we still have. We haven't got them forever. Now, I don't know who you might want to celebrate the life of, or how many people you might want to celebrate, but let's pick a point in time. Let's do something together today, shall we? And as I go through some musics and I go through some moods and I maybe share some thoughts, maybe they might prompt some thoughts in you too, and you might just want to think about somebody that you haven't seen for some time, and maybe just give them a call and say, hi, how are you doing? Remember me? I bumped into so many people this Thursday just past, and some of them that I hadn't seen since school, and most of them I hadn't seen since the last funeral. JB International playing the sound. I mean, it's probably 35 odd years since I've seen JB at a club in Willesden Lane, actually, somewhere down there, by the Apollo. I think it actually was the Apollo down there in Willesden. Was the last time I seen JB. And there are other people that I just hadn't seen. James Allen, I don't think I'd seen him since school, and others. Anyway, what I'm really trying to say is that we shouldn't have to wait until people pass before we either contact them or even celebrate them. Anyhow, I'm going to kind of move on. One of the other things that if we've got time for today, we need to finish off car park wars and how far you'd go to defend your car park space. And in fact, at the funeral, there was a lot of manoeuvring to secure car park spaces. Trust me, in places that didn't have many car park spaces at all. But it was a tremendous celebration of Sandra's life. The place was absolutely packed. It wasn't a big venue, but the place was packed. The church was a big church, and the church was packed. And it rained, but people celebrated her at the cemetery also, and sang and gave her an absolutely marvellous send-off. And I think her children in particular done her absolutely proud. The way they staged the whole thing, put it all together, even at the short notice with whatever budget they may have had. It was an absolutely fantastic send-off for her, and I'm sure she would have been pleased at the way that we celebrated her life. Anyhow, let me go on to the first track, because the first track brings a very close family member in mind for me, and it's one of my number ones anyway. It's Gary Lubron. And me and Gary are a month apart, same age, born together, grew up together, and And I had two sides of my family, one up in North London and one in West London. Gary was over the North London side, and me and Gary was very, very close. But the first time I ever heard this song, I was with him, and I remember it quite well. We used to hang around with a whole group of people, Shefton and Desmond and all of these guys down that Gary had friends with, that was running the sound system down there in Islington. But I'd also introduced him to some friends of mine's from over West London, and some of you may well remember the Tiloxin girls. Sharon and Susan in particular used to hang out with us down there in Islington. But we went down to Finsbury Park one night, and while we was down we didn't just go down to Finsbury Park one night. There was a big funfair and a concert going on during the day, and we went off somewhere, and we came back and climbed over the fence because they closed Finsbury Park at some time. But prior to climbing over the fence, we'd gone and got our ghetto blaster. We'd got into an off license, and we bought a crate, a special brew, and some other drinks and some other stuff. And we climbed over the gate, and we went right into the middle of Finsbury Park where nobody could see us. And there we began to party. And on this particular day, I remember playing this song, and it meant so much to me then. It means so much to me now, and it is actually the whole flavour of what this show is about today. It's, of course, Billy Paul and Bring the Family Back. And if there's a family member that you're thinking about right now, use this track to prompt you into calling them. And family just ain't about blood, you know. We'll talk about that in a short while.
Haven't you noticed a breakdown in the family tie? Just not as strong as it once was. Every time I see it weaken, it makes me want to cry. Oh, what a shame. Cause another home's falling apart. Oh, what a shame. Another group of broken hearts. It's not a secret. We all know that it's slipping away. Don't let it go, no.
Big shout out going out to Dr. P. Thank you very much, sir.
The only true foundation on which we can survive. Don't be afraid. Cause you gotta take a final stand. Don't be afraid. You gotta try to understand. Bring the family back. Bring it back together.
World Jam Global Radio. This is Clarity.
Bring the family back.
Pull up the tune. Pull it up, place again. Hey, that song de muy caliente. Adios mío. Pull it up, 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 pull it up.
Taking it all the way to the top.
A breakdown in the family tie. Just not as strong as it once was. Every time I see it weaken, it makes me want to cry. Oh, what a shame. Cause another home's falling apart. Oh, what a shame. Another group of broken hearts. It's not a secret. We all know that it's slipping away. Don't let it go, no. Don't you let it go. It is the only true foundation on which we can survive. Don't be afraid. Cause you gotta take a final stand. Don't be afraid. You gotta try to understand. Bring the family back. Bring it back together. Bring the family back. Bring the family the family back. There's also the children, the future's quickly coming their way. How it will be, oh, tell me, how do you think it will?
Oh, my chat room just seems to have frozen. But that's alright, I threw all the 8s up anyway. I call for the reload, I call for the rewind. Why? Because I can.
If we don't get together fast, oh what a shame. How much longer will the whole thing last? Bring the family back, bring them back together. Bring the family back, bring the family back, bring the family back together. Bring the family back and live in harmony. Bring the family back, bring back family unity. Bring the family back, bring them back together. Bring the family back, bring the family back together. Bring the family back, bring them back together. Bring the family back, live in harmony. Bring the family back, bring the family back. Where's the unity? Bring the family back. Get the old folks and young folks and all together. Just bring the people back. Bring the old folks and young folks and all folks together. Just bring the people back. Bring the family back.
Sometimes I like it like this, you know. The website is down on my other laptop. I can't see the chat room. I don't know what's going on out there. But I'm just going to have a jolly good time celebrating the lives of those who I love. And if you've played any part in my life whatsoever, I celebrate you. I want to thank you for being who you are. I want to thank you for being a part of my life.
Bring the family back, bring the family back, put it all together. Bring the family back, bring the family back, bring the family back, put it all together. Bring the family back, bring it back together. Bring the family back.
You know, this is back in the 70s, man. Man, it makes me feel old. Sounds of Billy Paul, bring the family back. And this might be stirring up a memory in you right now. And if it is, go ahead and make that call. Talk to somebody.
Bring it back together, got to bring it back together. Bring it back together, bring it back together, bring it back together, bring it back together.
You know, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna play a few tunes and then I'm gonna talk for a bit, and then I'll play a few more tunes and possibly talk for a bit more. But you know, this is the thing, is it? And I just make the show up as I go along, really. You know what I mean? It's meant to be a talk show, but today I think I'm going to play a bit more music than I'm going to talk, because I just want to be reminded of the people that I've shared life with and shared music with. This next particular track, I'm actually going to... I'll tell you what I remember. You heard me talk when I was talking to Nathaniel Best and Ronnie Canada last week, and I talked about my introduction to soul was Teddy Pendergrass. And I remember when I had the shop, the Get Fresh record shop on Harrow Road, we had the brand spanking new live coast to coast album just coming on import, and believe you me, it was 76, 77 or something like that, and I got that album. I heard that track live, and that's what I'm going to play you right now. I'm going to play you the live version, right? Because that was the tune that just made me want to love soul and go and take off into a different direction. Because as I said, I was a reggae sound system DJ for a few years before that. But the person that reminds me of more than anything else is my dear, dear, dear cousin, Steve John. And we talk about people that family ain't just about blood. So one day I can remember sitting in a flat in Mozart Estate with me, Steve John, and Patrick Brown. From the Brown brothers. You've got Patrick, you've got Donald, Derek, and the late Dennis Rochester, which was the half brother. There's James, obviously. But yeah, me, Steve, and Patrick, we were sat down in a flat in Mozart Estate, and we were chilling, listening to this tune. Stay with me.
World Jam Global Radio. This is clarity.
I tell you, it's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back.
And an extra big shout going out to Sonia King. Let me tell you.
It's so good loving somebody to be loved.
Hey, if you want to reload, you're going to either have to go on WhatsApp or you're going to have to go on Facebook, because I still ain't got no website or no chat room. But I got you, right?
The little things I do, the one who's got me inspired, keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and that somebody loves you back. Yes, sir. It's so good, needing somebody, and that somebody needs you back. We can build a world of love, a life of joy, make our goal each other's happiness. Lord knows I'll do for you anything that I can. Oh, every day I want to do a little more, just a little bit more. It's so good loving somebody, and that somebody loves you back. That's a fact. It's so good needing somebody needs you back. So it's so good.
Mr. Teddy P, Teddy Pendergrass.
And be loved in return, it's the only thing that my heart desires. Would you just appreciate the little things I do? Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and there's somebody.
I'm gonna take you on a journey with me tonight, folks. A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Somebody new.
My gosh.
I say not 70-30, not 60-40, but I'm talking about a 50-50 love.
I'm talking about a 50-50 love right there.
I said it's so good loving somebody, and if somebody loves you back, yeah. Would you mind singing along with me, huh? I say not 70-30. It's so good loving somebody. Now somebody loved you back. It's so good, 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 good. Would you sing it again just for me? Would you please?
Good, so good, so good. Somebody loves you back.
One more time won't be too much.
Good, so good, so good. Somebody loves you back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, please, these are Teddy's Angels. Would you give them a round of applause, huh? Don't they look good, fellas, huh? While you're applauding, would you do the same for a group of talented young musicians? Teddy Bear Orchestra conducted by Mr. Samuel Reed, huh? Ain't they sharp, ladies, huh? Yeah. Oh, don't be afraid because your husband's is sitting there. Are they sharp, huh? See? I told you there was a chance for you guys. Huh? So we're talking about 50-50 love. Huh? You know that you could wind up searching your whole life for something like that, you know. 'Cause I swear I've been searching my whole life just to find me one somebody, but I swear to God that's the hardest thing for me to do. You don't believe it? I'm serious. I am way overdue. I am in the red. I'm in the purple, I'm telling you. And I don't know why, because I don't want that much out of life. Just a few things to make me happy. See, number one, what I need is a very understanding woman. You mean I got a chance? There's hope for me, huh? You better listen to the rest of it before you convict yourself.
Okay, I'm not going to be in the chat room for about 5 minutes, so bear with me.
That's okay, too. Secondly, what I need is, I need a very sensuous woman that knows how to make a man feel exactly like he needs.
Sounds of Teddy Pendergrass.
See, there's a difference between
what were you doing back in 1976?
See, I already know what I want. Show me what I need. I'm on for suggestions, you know what I mean? Last but not least, what I need is a very trusting woman. See, somebody that you don't mind putting your trust in. That's the only one you're going for is trust. She said, trust. How about sensuous and understanding and all of that? See, I need somebody I don't mind going down the middle of the road with. You know, somebody that you don't mind sharing your whole life with. See, I need the kind of woman that I don't...
Good, so doggone good, so doggone good, so doggone good. If somebody loves me back, come on, sing out.
It would be so good.
It would be so good. Hey,
it would be so good.
Teddy, it would be so good. Yeah. So good, so doggone good, so doggone good, so doggone good. Somebody loves me back. Are you feeling it? Are you rocking along with the doctor? Is this what I'm talking about?
It's a one-sided affair.
That's right.
I'm sure we all
don't need no one-sided affair around here. 50-50. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't need, I can't use, I don't need
70-30. Ooh! Ooh!
What I need is a I don't need, I can't use, I don't need.
Oh!
Oh
no! Oh! Teddy style.
It would be so good, so good, so doggone good, so doggone good if somebody loved me back.
Oh, sing it, Teddy, sing it.
It would be so good, so good, so doggone good, so doggone good if somebody loved me back.
We just gotta have some love in the place. And your family is all about love. Family is all about love. I can't understand how families spend a lifetime warring with each other, not speaking to each other, not contacting each other, and then all of a sudden somebody passes and dies and they're wailing all over the place. Come on, man, you only got one family. And that family should mean love. It should be all about love.
Sometimes you go to shows and everybody asks you to sing something, but
nobody knows you better than your family. Nobody has seen you in your darkest corners, in your hardest days.
So you'll understand.
Nobody's had to put up with it.
This is all I want you.
Like your family. So there should be nothing but love in the place. That's what I'm talking about.
So good, so good, so good. When somebody loves you back.
Would you say it again? Would you say it again?
So good, so good, so good. When somebody loves you back. Let me hear you.
Not 70-30 or 60-40. Talk about a 50-50 love.
I know we can do better than that. Just a little.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, ladies. It's getting there. Can we try just one more time? Starting to sound like Pendergrass Tabernacle Baptist Church. Keep singing.
Come on, are you singing with me?
Oh, would you do it one more?
Oh, one more time.
Oh, it's getting there. Would you do it just one more time? Huh? Do you think I can get one lady to sing the song?
Really?
Would you sing for me? You sure about this? You will what? You sure about this? I like it like this. This is great. Would you sure now? Positive. Okay.
So good, so good, so good. When somebody loves you back.
Say it again, say it again.
Can I get somebody else to sing for me, huh? Would you? Really? Try it. It don't matter. It's okay. Oh, come on. I'm an equal opportunity employer. Get up, Liz. Come on, then. It won't rub off. But then again, yes, it will. Would you please? Just, you forgot it? Or just sing whatever comes to your mind. Would you say that again in the microphone?
Just taking an elongated look at the Teddy Pendergrass when somebody loves you back.
You got it right there. I'll tell you what she said later. No, it's so good, when somebody loves you back.
When somebody loves you back.
Okay.
So good, so good, so good. When somebody loves you back.
Nah. Woo! But give her a shot for a try.
You better keep holding on to her. I tell you, it's all right. Can I get one more somebody to sing for me, huh? Would you? Would you please?
Good, so good, so good. When somebody loves you back.
Oh, yeah. That's the one.
I could do this forever. I mean, can I get everybody to sing for me one more time, huh? Come on, so good. One more time, would you please, huh? Can I get you to wave your hand in the air and testify while you sing, huh? If it's good.
Oh, sounds of Teddy Pendergrass. We're talking about love. Not 70-30. Not 60-40. We're talking about a 50-50 love.
And sing, huh? If it's good. If it's not good, fire yours and hire mine. What can I tell you? I can't hear you. Wave your hand in the air. Let me hear you sing, y'all. One more time, y'all. It's all right.
That's right. I'm back in the chat room.
somebody loves you back. Yes, sir. It would be so good, so good, so good. I tell you, when somebody loves you back. Thank you for singing along with me, children. Thank you very much.
World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
You know, that's the funny thing, you know, remembering my years growing up in the Harrow Road whether it be Warlock Road, Portland Road, or hanging out on the Mozart, or on the Harrow Road itself, down by Kimo and Mimo, or in my record shop, Get Fresh, or whatever. I mean, there's an abundance of memories. And, you know, as we stayed there celebrating Sandra's passing and celebrating her life on Thursday, and the amount of people that I bumped into that I just hadn't seen for years. And more importantly, what I really wanted to celebrate was the amount of love that I was shown by those that I hadn't seen for many years. We can't wait till people pass before we remember them or celebrate them or remind ourselves of the roles that they played in our lives. Life's too short for that, guys. So if this show's going to prompt you to do anything today, let it prompt you to contact somebody that you haven't spoken to for some time. Most of those people that I saw on Thursday, I hadn't seen for 30 or 40 years, as I've said on many occasions. But it was a joy to be in their company. It was a pleasure to be amongst them. We danced, we partied, we enjoyed, we drank, we talked, we chatted, we caught up. And I don't want it to be another funeral before I catch up with some of these people again. I'm hoping to bump into some of them real soon. And if you was there with me on Thursday, or even at Wadada's funeral, or down at my Uncle Mark's funeral the year before that, and we haven't seen each other since, then I'd really like to just see you again sometime, real soon. In the meantime, here's another track that just represents what people are doing with their lives. And again, I'm sorry, man, me and Steve John go back a long, long way. In fact, you know something? Most of my musical history is with Steve John. We played steel band together, we played in a band together, we sang together, we worked together, we opened a record shop together. Most of my, and I can remember, right? I don't know how many of you know the Al Green track, How Do You Mend a Broken Heart? Me and Steve used to sit on the end of his bed on Warlock Road, right? And these people do air guitar and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, we used to do that way back then, right? And I can remember sitting on the bed in Warlock Road, and me and Steve would go through all the instruments, as it rushes through the winds, we'd do the violin part, and we would play the instruments and we would sing these songs, man. And yeah, I love Steve, man. I love him so much. Yes, he is family and he's my cousin, but we were born together, literally almost in the same house, lived in the same house, slept on the same bed. And most of my musical history, I can date back to share memories with Steve. And this is another track that me and Steve used to really like. It's by a guy called Ronnie McNear, a musical track called Everybody's in a Hurry. And please just take a listen to this, the lyrics of this song, and see where it takes you. See what it prompts you. See how it stirs your emotions.
World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
Hey y'all, you know how we tend to always be in a hurry, going nowhere fast, always taking advantage of situations that you know won't last. Well, we gotta stop this. Gotta get yourself together. Slow down. I know you wanna stay around.
Big shouts out going out to Bugsy and Tony Williams. Shouts out going out to Stephen Moyce, Tony Andrews, Tony Alcindor, Cheryl Rose, Patricia and Dulcilia Dulcie, Judy Dulcie, Maria Edmonds, Denise, Joanne, Anita, Stephanie, Sonia King, Elizabeth Curtin,
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
The music just turns me on.
Hey y'all, you know how we can always be in a hurry, going nowhere fast, always taking advantage of situations that you know won't last. Well, you know we gotta stop this. Gotta get yourself together. Slow down. I know you wanna stay around. Speed down the highway. You got a hot date.
Do you know I'm going to get into trouble because there's people that I'm going to forget and I might not mention. But that doesn't mean to say that you didn't have any significance in my life or even on the day. Let's celebrate together, shall we?
Some people think they're all for slick, talking fast, playing all kind of tricks. If we don't learn to really slow down, we're always speeding up our chances, not being around. Everybody's in a hurry. Oh yeah, they ain't going nowhere fast. No, 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 no. Everybody's in a hurry. Everybody, hey, they ain't going nowhere fast. Listen, there ain't no sense in rushing, going nowhere fast. As you're traveling down life's road, that kind of life won't last.
And you know something?
The man over here,
down in West London, we knew how to rave. We knew how to party.
he's coming and go.
And we know our music.
Some people think they're all for slick, talking fast, playing all kind of tricks. If we don't learn to really slow down, we're only speeding up our chances of not being around. Everybody's in a hurry. Whoa, whoa. They ain't going nowhere fast. No, no, no. Everybody's in a
If you're trying to work out how you get into the chat room, I'm going to tell you right after this track.
nowhere fast. Woo-hoo. Get out, y'all.
That's right, everybody's in a hurry.
Oh, my mother, my father, talking about my sister, talking about my brother. Everybody listen to me. Oh, you know, gotta stop doing bad things to each other. Oh, everybody's in a hurry. Oh, they ain't going nowhere fast.
World Jam Global Radio, this is Clarity.
Alright, if you're trying to get yourself into the chat room, here's how you do it, okay? Click public chat room, right? And that's you'll find that down in the bottom right hand side of your screen. A green box, it will tell you how many line menu, etc. And it will just say public chat room. Just click on that green part there, right? And then click on login with email, right? Then go to the bottom of the page, click on new user, register now. Fill out the page and click sign up. Email will go to your email. Click on the link. It's as easy as that. Alright, so don't worry yourself, don't panic. Please don't log into the members area because that's not working at the moment for some reason. Right, we do have technicians working in the background trying to get everything ready for this new website that we've just built and we've logged onto, because we're trying to get ourselves ready to go international. Trust me, we're going big time. But in the meantime, if you're trying to get into the chat room, that's how you do it. So everybody's in a hurry. Let's talk about that for a while, shall we? And I think I discovered how everybody was in a hurry when I moved out of London. When I first moved out of London, I went up to Cardiff for a while, and I know people say, "Oh, you're out in the sticks," and it's so. But yeah, it is so slow up there. But it was slow enough for you to be able to take time with yourself, right? I was born and raised in London, and one of the things that I always had a problem with was, you know, Aswad, Brinsley Ford sang it in, I think it was African Children, pay you just enough on Friday to get you back to work on Monday, and, you know, and that track was talking about it. Everybody's in a hurry. You come home from work, and before you know it, it's time to get up to go back to work again. The whole night's passed, and you just haven't got time for yourself. You haven't got time to do anything. And then before you know it, a week's gone, and then you're going to do it next week, and then before you know it, a month's gone, and then you're going to do it next month, and then before you know it, a whole year has passed, and the people that you meant to see that you was going to go and visit, you just didn't get round to doing it, and another year's over. And when I went out to live in the country, it began to make me realise that there was so much more important things in life, and we need to cherish family, we need to cherish friends, we need to treasure them, the relationships that mean something to us, and it's worthwhile letting people know that they matter, and that they matter to you. There's not a single individual that I've ever had contact with that's not taught me something, whether it be good or bad. They've taught me something, and for that I'm thankful and I'm grateful. This next track moves me on quite a bit, and I'm going to go backwards and forwards as we go, but it takes me to two places, because this is Rick Clark, and I remember when Rick Clark first came out. Don't forget, them man, they come West London first. Trust me, original. When Rick Clark first came out, I remember him walking into my record shop and giving me this track on a white label. Right, it was a test press. He hadn't released it yet, and he wanted to know what I thought, because at that time, Get Fresh was the #1 shop where if you wanted rare grooves, if you wanted some good quality soul and R&B, Get Fresh, Harrow Road, that was the place to come. It's not open anymore, so I'm not trying to do a free advert, by the way. All right. And so anyhow, Rick came in and gave me that track, and this track became one of my favourite tracks of all time. And Rick heard me playing it so much that I was then invited to play at his birthday party, which was the next 2 or 3 years, down at Dougie's, which used to be owned by, or ran by, what's his name? Eddie Grant's brother, Derek Grant. You know Eddie Grant, yeah. Well, his brother Derek used to manage the club, and I was invited down to play for Rick Clark's birthday party one year, and then Rick saw me in the booth, right, as a DJ. And he said, "Come and sit on my table, man." And he had champagne all over, because he had his table set up on the stage. He said, "Come and sit on my table." Anyhow, I played for Rick Clark's party for the next 3 years. But this track doesn't just remind me of my friendship with Rick Clark. It also reminds me of my friendships with several other people up there in Cardiff. Ginger, Charmaine, and Donna Z, who's down there, who's still broadcasting on Radio Cardiff. I mean, this was a big track for us. And it's not so much a love song, because that's not what I'm talking about. Music has a way of prompting you and reminding you about people in different ways. And this track just talks about seeing you along the way. And I kind of like that. So here we are, Rick Clark, musical track entitled "See You Along the Way."
World Jam Global Radio, this is Clarity. This is Clarity.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, you're in tune to World Jam Global Radio.
Shop, shop it up, shop, shop it up, shop, shop it up. Yeah. Trick for trick, tit for tat, then we walk away. But when we kiss, we can't resist the loving that we make. Oh yeah. I know that we will always love each other. Yes, we will. We will always feel this way. But I guess that somewhere, somehow, we'll have to meet somewhere along the way. Oh, no mercy,
gonna be a storm around here.
Sounds of Rick Clark. Medical track entitled See You Along the Way. Here we go. Sometimes I just feel that I'm in a world by myself. Is it just me or what?
Trick for trick, tit for tat, then we walk away, away. But when we kiss, we can't resist the loving that we make. Oh yeah. I know that we will always love each other, yes we will. We will always feel this way. But I guess that somewhere, somehow, we'll have to meet somewhere along the way. Oh yeah, and I'll see you along the way. Oh baby, when love was blind at certain times, we were just drift apart.
I'm taking this one all the way back for the love of my life. Yeah, my dearest cousin, my biggest inspiration, and my closest friend, Macklin John. Yeah, me and Mac go all the way back. Born within weeks of each other. We got so much love for each other. It's so good when you can have members of your family and you can consider them as your best friends. Yeah, that's me and Mac. And no matter what we do, no matter where we go, we find a way to connect and link up somehow. He's out there sunning himself out in St. Lucia. Missing him too.
Trick for trick, tit for tat, then we walk away, away.
While I think about it, we think of Edith Childs.
But when
and Malcolm Yardie,
the loving
Errol James,
that we made, oh yeah,
all out there in St. Lucia right now. Where did Edith Jones come from?
We will always love each other.
She's gonna kill me.
We will always feel this.
I went out to St. Lucia in 2010 with my wife, and Edith and Malcolm Yardie made a big effort to come out and meet us.
Somewhere along the way,
we went and had dinner down at Spinnaker's.
And I'll see you along the way. Oh baby, when love was blind at certain times, we were just dreaming.
Didn't get to link up with Errol, but maybe next time.
But when we held each other close, we wouldn't want to part. I know that we will always love each other.
You want to get involved in the show, you can call me on 077 96 365 615 and I'll put you live on the show and you can talk about a family member that you love. How's about that?
Somewhere along the way. Oh yeah, I'll see you along the way. Oh baby, and I will see you. I'll see you along the way.
Been a very long, hard, tough week. So great to be with my brothers and my sister on Thursday. Can't tell you how much I love them too. Nothing will ever come between us.
We will always love each other.
I still don't get it, you know.
We will always feel this way. But I guess that somehow we'll have to meet somewhere along the
Oh, the girls in the house. Diamond Jewel Sonia's in the house.
way.
Welcome, girl.
Along the way. I will see you.
Everybody needs someone to
love. Everybody needs someone to love. To love. Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about your love.
Can't stop thinking about your love.
Great to have you in the chat room, girl. Now we're going to have a bit of a chat. And, you know, seeing you along the way is a pretty apt song. Because there are some people who just flit in and out of our lives. Rightly so. You know, every now and again. And Thursday was one of those days where I had people who... And I need to say this, right? You know what one of the most embarrassing things for me on Thursday was? The amount of people that came up to me, greeted me, right? Called me by name, and I couldn't remember theirs. And I felt so embarrassed by it, you know? And we're like, go on, so you know me then, so what's my name? Of course I know, yeah, well, what's my name? I know you, yeah, but I know your name, what's your... And I didn't know their name. And they weren't upset with me about it, but you know what I mean? I was embarrassed for myself because these are people that have obviously taken the time to remember me, who I am, and what I might mean to them. And here's me, ignorant as, you know, life's too short, guys. I bumped into quite a few people whom I love so much. Yo, big shout out going out to DJ Matt. And I also, in fact, the next track I'm about to play includes him as well, by the way. We had a big dance for my mother. Well, my mother used to put on coach trips, and that year we were going to Great Yarmouth, and Emotion Sound was coming down with us and everything else. And we were all on the one. We all made sure that we went on the one coach, and I had a big ghetto blaster at the back. And this was the song that I remembered playing over and over again as we was on that coach, on our way down to Great Yarmouth. And I always remember Matt, and my cousin Larry, Kenneth. We were all on the same thing together, man. We were all together. We was having a great time on that coach. And this, every time I hear this song, it reminds me of that. And that's another one, by the way, because you see, DJ Matt is not a blood relative, but he has been such a long-standing friend of my cousin Larry that everybody else in the family sees him as family anyway. And that's what family is. Family are people who just fit in and make themselves part of the union. And DJ Matt, this one's going out to you, sir. Big respect. It's obviously one of my favorite tracks of all time again. It's Jeff Perry. Love's Gonna Last. My pleasure. Family is important, and we need to celebrate them while they're here. I don't want another funeral to have to come where I'm bumping into a family member that I haven't seen. I'm going to make this my mission, my goal, to stay connected.
Cheese and me, dear. There's so many things that I've got to do for you.
Don't forget, if you want to call me and give a shout out to a member of your family, somebody that you miss, somebody you'd like to stay connected to, 077 96 365 615, and you can do it live. Going out to everybody that means something to me. Have to take it all the way back to the top. Big shout outs going out to Ronnie Canada, because he's family too. Sounds of Greg Perry.
Talking about you leaving me here. Oh no. Tell me, darling, that there's just cheese in me, dear. There's so many things that I've got to do for you. If you let
Ronnie Canada's in the chat room right now, he says. Diamond Jewel Sonia says all she needs is a pickup now. Come on, I'm gonna pick you all up. We're talking about love today, man. And we're talking about celebrating the lives of people that mean something to us. Life's too short, my friends. And if you mean something to me, I want to celebrate you right now. Oh, makes me want to sing.
never been in love like this. Since I met you, I don't want to ever be missing the love you give me somehow. I'll try my best to stay in love with you, darling. See, and as long as you know that I'll be around, you ain't got no business running around. I'll make our love last, oh baby.
Oh, big shout out to Mado! Magdalene Octave. Man, one mad girl. Want to share an extra big shout out going out to Cheryl Rose, Marigold, Ella Etienne. Love's gonna last. Yeah, now you're always going to know if you're loved by me, because I just make it so easy for you. And love's going to last. It has to. You know, we're talking about family here. And again, I was saying at the beginning of the show that I don't get it. Some families spend so long warring with one another, not talking to one another, no contact with one another. And then, you know, 5 years, 10 years passes, and then there's a death, and you're at a funeral. And there you are, wailing all over the place for the time that you've lost and on what you didn't do and what you could have done and what you should have done but didn't do. Life's too short, man. You know, if you've got a family member out there that you ain't talking to right now, today's the day to put it right. Don't put it off for another day. You know, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Tomorrow is promised to no one, my friends. You know, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. This next track I'm going to play, right? Now, Ronnie Canada's in the chat room, right? So, I'm going to talk about me and Ronnie Canada right now, right? Because I met Ronnie Canada over 20 odd years ago in Cardiff. I had a radio station up there and we were doing some stuff. And I'm going to tell you two quick stories about me and Ronnie, right? I can remember one time Ronnie flew in, right? And I was on radio in the morning and he came to the studios and he says, "Doc, what are you playing tonight, Doc?" And I said, "I ain't playing anywhere." And he says, "Well, I never go anywhere and don't celebrate American Independence Day. So you're gonna get somewhere to play." And I said, "All right." And anyhow, off he went. And later on, a note was dropped into me into the studio. It was left at the reception desk by Ronnie Canada. He'd gone out and come back, and he actually had booked me to play at the Butte Dock. And then the message said to be there for 7 o'clock. I thought, okay, so I went up for 7 o'clock. When I pulled up there at 7 o'clock, there was a 40-foot trailer from Budweiser. Ronnie Canada had arranged an American Independence Day party right there at the Butte Dock in Cardiff. And again, on another occasion, it was my birthday. I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. It was my birthday, and my Spar Pepsi was sent up to the DJ box and told to send me down. And I came down, and Ronnie Canada was at the bar holding the phone, and on the end of the phone he had Betty Wright, my favourite female singer of all time, to wish me a happy birthday, because he knew I loved Betty Wright, because I was about the only DJ at the time constantly playing all kinds of Betty Wright tracks. In fact, I'm a Betty Wright fanatic, if the truth be told. And I love Betty Wright so much. So when I heard Betty Wright's voice at the end of that phone, I melted. That was the best birthday present anybody could have ever had. And me and Ronnie Canada, no, we're not blood relatives, but we're family, right? And that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about celebrating family and sharing that time with people that you love. I don't like to let time pass that me and Ronnie don't speak, or we don't chat, or we don't connect. And the same with every other member of my friends or family. I don't like time to pass that we don't connect. I missed my younger brother, and I saw him I hadn't seen my younger brother for over a year, and I saw him at the funeral. I don't want it to be his funeral before I see him again. You understand what I'm trying to say? Family matters, and you've got to let them know that you matter. Anyhow, Ronnie, this one's going out to you, and I'm also playing this one out to Sonia King, otherwise known as Diamond Jewel Sonia. You need to hear this song, girl. This is one of the tracks I used to play way back then. It's Betty Wright singing a track called After the Pain.
Well, I couldn't resist the urge to tell you the end of my story. For all of those who wanted to know, was there life after the pain?
World Jam Global Radio, this is Clarity.
You come and love me.
And do remember this, Betty Wright will be appearing live on chat on this show very soon. Sort it, Ronnie, sort it.
After the rain and all that I have been through, still can't explain how I can still love you like I do. But I do, yes I do, still love you like I do. Though you still do me like you do. After the pain, we sit and we talk a while, and I fight with all my might to hold back the tears from falling with a pleasant smile. And after the rain, I can't believe you got the nerve to still call me baby. And I tried to tell you no, it ain't so, but I guess no. Well, I couldn't resist the urge to tell you the end of my
Taking it all the way to the top. That's for Diamond Jewel Sonia.
Life after the pain. After the pain.
Sounds of Betty Wright.
You come and love me, and I welcome you. You're a glad sight to see.
Big shout out going out to Laro. Evening, sir.
And all that I have been through.
Celebrating family tonight, cuz I'm celebrating you. Just wanted to tell you how much I love you. And you've been a significant part of my life.
But I do, yes, I
come on now.
Still love you like I do. Though you still do me like you do. After the pain, we sit and we talk a while, and I fight with all my might to hold back the tears from falling with a pleasant smile. And after the rain, I can't believe you got the nerve to still call me baby.
Sing it, girl, sing it.
And I tried to tell you no, it ain't so, but I guess no just ain't in me. Cause boy, I still love you like I do. Though you still do me like you do. Yeah, I know you're laughing, those of you who heard pain. Yeah, you're right, I sure did. I said I'd never take him back again. Well, it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind, isn't it? But we do it all the time. Don't laugh. You probably done the same thing too. It's just that you know me and I don't know you. You know one thing time has taught me, that having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So I'm gonna just take what I got and work with it. You understand what I mean? And don't you remember thinking back just a few years when people used to try to help you stay together? They found out you were on the verge of breaking up. They used to cook up a little food and throw a little party and whisper things in your ear like, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. I heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. That's why I still love you like I do. Though you still do me like you love me. I know that you know it's true. After all I've been through, I should be through with love. But there's a God up above that keeps saying that you try. Don't give up, you know why. The sun is gonna shine, 'cause you are mine, all mine. You just keep doing your best, and I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you, Betty, like I do. That's why I still love you like I do. Oh, you still do me like you do. My love is deeper than any ocean, and my love is a higher than any.
What a note!
Oh, it's full of emotion. My love is full of deep.
Ronnie Canada's the man.
My love is in and out of season.
I love you, brother.
And I love you.
You are family for life.
That's the reason. You see, God is gonna bless me for loving you, for all the times that you treated me wrong and I kept being true. You see, God's eyes, they're not closed. He's not asleep. Said he's watching every move you make, every secret you keep. Boy, you better be careful.
After the pain, Betty writes.
But if you treat me bad or make me sad, my Father in heaven is watching you. But I still love you like I do. And nobody's ever gonna love you like I do. Say, no one's ever gonna love you like I do. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. No one's ever gonna love you like I do. I don't know why I do, but I do. Yes, I do. Oh, there's a woman in me that keeps on loving you. I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do. Said I do. Yes, I do. Baby, don't you know it's true? Yes, I do. Baby, no strain. Still love you after the pain.
You know, there's something that I learned in life. You know, the one thing that you're going to be guaranteed is that somebody's going to hurt you. Whether it be distant, near or far. Somebody's going to hurt you. And you always hurt the ones you love. And the time that it hurts the most is when it's done by someone that's very close to you. It's going to happen. And you know why it's going to happen? Because people are human. They make mistakes. They slip, they fall, and they make mistakes. And sometimes you just become part of the collateral damage that's in that mistake. And nobody... Yeah, there are wicked and evil people out there. But you don't actually have to let what they do change the you that you were meant to be. You know, you can still be you. You can still give. You can still love, irrespective of what everybody else wants to do. And our hope is, our prayer is, that through consistently behaving in a certain way, we change the hearts and minds of those who don't know how to do it any better. And hopefully that they get better in time and they learn to be a bit more like we. That's all you can do. That's all you can hope for. It's pointless being bitter, holding on to stuff and regurgitating it and dragging it around with you all your life. Life is too short. Let it go. It's someone else's problem, not yours. You were born to be a certain way. Be the real you that you were meant to be. I'm telling you, right after this, I'm going to change the groove.
Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown is on for World Jam Global Radio's first year anniversary party.
World Jam Global Party.
This thrilling affair takes place on Saturday, the 14th of March 2015 at venue 9214 Hicksman's Avenue, Hyde Park, London, E4 9JG. You'll be fully entertained by World Jam Global DJs doing what they do best, with live PAs by C-Block.
We are going to sing for the people then. Here I stand C-Block representing, and I'm saying on the 14th of March 2015. Put this in your diary from now. We are talking about World Jam Global Radio Anniversary Dance. C-Block will be in the building live.
And Robert Emmanuel singing Robert Emmanuel.
I'm Robert Emmanuel representing World Jam Global International Station to the world.
Also live on stage, Anthony Richards. Doors open at 9 p.m. and show times at 11 p.m. sharp. Mere £10 via the World Jam Global website or any DJ on the Wear Something Green anniversary party. Free giveaways for the best dressed person in green on the night. Join us and make this a very memorable anniversary party.
It's gonna be a party, y'all.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Canada, and I'm glad to be in Dr. Feelgood's stable of legends on World Jam Global Radio.
World Jam Global Radio, original Mike Kimmel in this station, saying Ragamuffin Station. And Mike Kimmel said that for years without fear.
My gosh! By the flick of my wrist, I play this musical disc to make you jump and flip and dip and skip and shake your musical lip. Watch when I play from my brand new Cocoa Basket. Dr. Feelgood's in the house. Here we go. Made in Harrow Road. Taking it all the way to the top for the Lucian Rose. This track was bought out of Bushes, sold at a Burning Sounds on Harrow Road, West 9. Louisa Mark used to live on Portnall Road. This is a made in Harrow Road business. Her producer and manager, Clem Boucher, was a personal friend of mine. Taking it back to the top for Diamond Jewel Sonia. Third time round. Sounds of Louisa Mark. Another made in Harrow Road, 6th Street. Here we go. Big tune. I said on Facebook, I don't know where this is going to take us, but it's taking us somewhere. Let's celebrate each other. Celebrate life. She's the best sister anybody could wish to have, let me tell you. And I love her so much. A very integral part of everything that I've become and everything that I do. That's my sister. You know, there are some people that you're going to think about and you're going to say to yourself, I wonder how I could ever live or survive without these people in my life. My sister is one of them. I don't know how I would live if she was not in my life. Don't know what I would have become. Don't even know if I'd have been able to get back up again. Lucian Rose, my sister, you're my angel. Thinking of others like Trevor Trim and Tracy Trim and Eula Trim. And anybody that just ain't coming to mind at the moment, I haven't forgotten you. Now, this next track was my dear cousin's favourite track of all time. And I could remember Sandra dancing to this in 21 Warlock Road.
It's gonna be a storm around here!
Here we go!
For me to find out. Pull up the tune, Margaret, there is no one for me to find out, 'cause I've searched all over.
Taking you all the way back.
Margaret, you are
Original styles.
Margaret, Margaret, with your bright eyes shining like the stars on the bright summer night. Margaret, what you doing to me? Oh, Margaret, Margaret, there is no one for me to find now, 'cause I've searched all over the world. Margaret, you are mine.
Coming up right after me, you got George Flavors with the Soca Jam. It's gonna be a boomshell. Shout outs going out to those in the chat room. Big shout out to Ronnie Canada, Diamond Jules Sonia, DJ Lara, Lucian Rose.
I feel like Diamond, Garrett,
And we no longer refer to you as the rest of you as silent listeners. 07796365615. Call me.
Margaret, what you doing?
Here we go.
To me? Oh, Margaret, Margaret, there is no one for me to find now, 'cause I've searched all over the world. Margaret, you are mine. Margaret, you are mine.
Big shout out going out to the Harrow Road Massive, may I tell you.
Run the track, run the track, run the track, run the track. There's gotta be a storm around here.
There is a place that no other one can take, no other man can place but you. The time when you met
Ginger Williams.
I remember the things
Let me just say this. This takes me back to my earlier years in Harrow Road. This is what we used to listen to. This is what we used to hear in the blues them. This is what we used to hear down on Bravington Road and Portnell Road and the Shabeen them that we used to run down there on the corner of Fernhead Road when I was growing up as a youth. This was my introduction to reggae music. This was the dances that we used to pull. This was the moves we used to pull. And these are the tunes that we used to dance to. Hold tight. My gosh. JPS, Edgware Road, Listen Green.
in my heart
I do remember.
is a place
Derek Herbert.
that
Kevin Tilloxin.
no one can take, no other
Marigold, Ella Etienne.
but you.
Peter Aubrey.
The time when you met
Tossie, Augustus, Pablo.
remember the thing
Big Ken.
and the way you used to hold me in your arms.
Louis.
It's been such a long time since you've left me and gone.
And you know them tune that remind me of Jesse and Boots. Here we go.
Since you've been
Simon Bull.
things seem to have gone wrong. I want you to look back, 'cause I'm still on your track. I've mended my mistakes, 'cause I know you ain't no fake. I'm calling you. Will you just come? I wanted you to have some fun. In my heart there is a place that no other one can take, no other man can take.
Run the track, run the track, run the track.
Taking it back to the top for DJ Laro. One more time.
In my heart there is a place that no other one can take, no other man can place but you. The time when you met me, I remember the things you told me and the way you used to hold me in your arms. It's been such a long time since you've left me and gone, and since you've been gone, things seem to have gone wrong.
There are people whose memory will live with us forever.
I want you to look back, 'cause I'm still on your track. I've mended my mistakes, 'cause I know you ain't no fake. I'm calling you, will you just come? I wanted you to have some fun. In my heart there is a place that no other one can take.
I do remember.
No other man can place but you. Why won't you come and take me? I won't tell you to shake me, 'cause you know of all the good times we've had before.
Wow, is it that time already?
Only you can take me. Only you.
Ain't got much time left, guys. 15 minutes. I said from the beginning of the show I didn't know where he was going to take us, but he was going to take us somewhere. And I just hope that today's show has allowed you to prompt you to think about people that has meant something to you in your life. And if you've got any time left, please contact them. Make that call. Don't put it off another day.
No other one can take.
Tomorrow is promised to no one. Watch this. My gosh.
Run the track, run the track. I get my kicks from watching people run into and fro. But if you ask them where they're going, half of them don't know. And they're the ones who think I'm crazy, but they don't realize that I'm just grooving, ooh, grooving, grooving out all night. Keep on grooving, grooving, grooving till I die. See a river flowing by.
Kinda know I'm fast running out of time, you know. And I still got so much songs that I want to play that just remind me of people that I spent time with. I don't even want to waste time talking about it anymore. I just want to play the music and prompt people into thinking about people that they miss and love. Come on now.
And I get sunshine in the daytime.
Taking it back to the top for Diamond Jules Sonia, and she's a real diamond. Here we go. Sounds of Bonnie Maloney. Baby, I've been missing you.
My days are night and my nights are day.
Get ready for the big finish.
Everything I do, child, seems to turn out wrong. When you were here, it gave me so much joy. My heart was meant for many love. I'm a man with a brand new heart. Baby, I've been missing you. I've been missing you, baby. Baby, I've been missing you. Baby, I've been missing you. Shared our love when I was gone. Like a stranger in a big old town, I feel so all alone. Oh, baby, I love you so much. How could I ever do without your loving touch? Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, I've been missing you. I've been missing you, baby. Baby, I've been missing you, darling. Baby, I've been missing you, baby.
I got 10 minutes left. Still got to try and get so much more in. So I'm going to move this on very quickly. Are you ready for this?
Run the track, run the track, run the track, run the track.
But I want to knock down my door this time of the morning when I man just catch my post snaps. About see ya.
I mean, blast some come to get my welding done.
Alright, how are you, sister? Step forward, yeah.
I've called into the fields. Now, sister love, you got to wait until I have.
My gosh, big tune! Yeah. Sounds of Irai.
Welding, now where the young girl want. Welding, yeah.
It's gonna be a storm around here.
Welding, now where the young girl want. Welding. And all around Jamaica, when you can hear them talking about them sort of winners.
I said, whoa!
I man say, welding, now where the young girl want. Welding. And I kinda like my hustling touch. I can make them young girl move like a roach. Yeah. And give them soldering. Soldering where the whole lady want. Soldering. Yeah. Soldering where the whole woman want. Soldering. I man see welding now where the damsel want welding. Are you the mountain, the green of the grass, black of the girl?
You got to remember the sounds like Coxon.
Welding now where the young girl want welding. Are you the monkey clown, the more we expose? You can't take it, you gotta stay on the wicket, there's no better rose. Welding now where the roots man want welding. Deal with the doctor and deal with the heart. Welding, yeah. Deal with the doctor and even the whole lady too. Welding. while the dread downstairs I hold up him. I said, well then, now well then, well then. Man in a house, I'm making mouse, while the girl outside I get her sauce. I said, well then, now well the damsel them want now, well then, all over town y'all. Way down to Negril, coming through Palmer, Mobile Way. Way over to Golden Tony, hold your wheels, you can hear me say, well then, now where the damsel them want now, well then. Scotty high and Scotty low, can Catty stand up to this terrible blow, I said.
This is going to be my last song. I'm about done, folks.
Run the track, run the track, run the track. It's not that I don't love you.
Big tune from Ken Booth.
You know how much I do. Understand me, girl. And it's not that I found someone to take the place of you. It's just the feel that builds up in me every time you touch my hand. I don't understand it, babe. I'm a dread that shakes my body. Not even I don't understand. So I'm leaving. Yes, I am. It's time.
Let me just say this. It's been a tremendous time I've enjoyed with you. I hope you've enjoyed it with me. If you are missing someone, if you are thinking about someone, if there's people that you've not been in touch with for a long time, today is the day that you just make that contact. You pick up the phone, you send them a text message, you do something. Don't let it be a case that the next time that you see somebody that you haven't seen for a long time, it's going to be at their funeral. It's a sad place to be, and all of a sudden it's all the what ifs and whatnots and how has time gone by, and you've just let things pass. If you've got a problem with somebody that you haven't fixed, fix it now, because tomorrow is promised to no one. It's a goodbye from me. I'm going to be handing over to George Flavors at the top of the hour. This is Ken Booth, musical track entitled Walk Away From Love. Big shout outs going out to the chat room, and especially Lucian Rose, Ronnie Canada, Diamond Jules Sonia, DJ Laro, Scott Max, Linda Smith. Hey, how you all doing?
It's not that I don't love you. You know how much I do.
I'm out of here, guys.
Understand me, girl. And it's not that I found someone to take the place of you. It's just the feel that builds up in me every time you touch my hand. I don't understand it, babe. I'm a dread that shakes my body. Not even I don't understand. So I'm leaving. Yes, I am. It's time to play its part. I'm gonna walk away from love. Before love breaks my heart.
stand it, babe. But I know it's gonna take everything I've got to keep walking out the door. But those arms you got around me will let me go someday. But I never leave you holding on, then pushing me away. So I'm leaving. It's time to play it smart. I'm gonna walk away from love before love breaks
That's right, you can catch me tomorrow morning on the Wake Up Everybody Sunday Gospel Show. That's Church Before Church, 8 till 10 tomorrow morning. It's been my pleasure presenting this show to you today. And we've been talking about family. We've been talking about love. We've been talking about staying connected. And most importantly, we've been talking about forgetting and letting go. Forgiving and giving another chance. Remembering and celebrating the lives of those that have been significant in our lives. Life's too short, folks.
And this dread shakes my body. I'm gonna walk away.
We are family. That's what it's all about. God created family.
Love ain't treating me right.
So that you and I would have someone else to lean on right here. Little guardian angels to watch over us. Guide us, advise us, encourage us, inspire us, motivate us.
No, this time I'm leaving this time.
I love you all. I'm out of here.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
It's time for your new DJ here on World Jam Global Radio. As you know, World Jam Global DJs transmit from around the world. All viewers, please wait 30 seconds after this transmission. Then press play for your new DJ.
World Jam Global Radio, this is Clarity.